Hello everybody, so I want to celebrate this week Sam and all that she does around our finances because on Thursday we have had the auditor in, and that sounds like okay, what does that mean? But once a year now we have to have a full financial audit of all that we do, and that means that Sam has to not only put together all of the financial documents, so the sort of the budgets and the outturns across all the different areas, all our different projects, but that means looking at what are some of pulling out the documents on some invoices and receipts, finding some funding bids and being able to demonstrate that we really have received the funding, being able to show how we do our payroll, which of course now we brought in-house is a bit easier. And just talking with the auditor who's been supporting us, there's these guys called Harrison's, been supporting us for 6 or 7 years. Just the level of detail that Sam has been able to provide them. So we want to tip our hats to you, Sam, and say thank you, and also to Claire, because she works very closely with Sam, obviously, to try and make sure that our processes are really strong. But what normally happens is we put in all the data, they come and see us, and then they come back with maybe some little questions and just understanding some of our processes. How do we deal with controlling our finances, making sure that the spending limits have got signed off on things. So I've had to provide some documents, and Rob has from the funding side, and so it's a really big team effort, but Sam is at the front of it. So thank you, Sam, for being able to do that with us. And it links in very well to, we hear the result, by the way, of our audit in sort of September, October. They sign a little, they get all the accounts together. They sign it off. We then sign it off at the trustees AGM, which is in November. And then we have to load it up onto the Charity Commission and onto Companies House. And if we don't do that, we get into big trouble. So it's all about a process that goes on in the background to make sure that we're a kosher, proper charity. What's linked to that, of course, is some of the financial controls things. So this week at the trustees meeting, we have updated our financial controls policy and some of the things linked to that. So expenses policy and things like that. And we've also, there's some little updates in there. We've also, the previous month, gone through all the safeguarding policies with the trustees. So that includes things like loan working and professional boundaries, and our overall safeguarding policy. Now, Claire is going to load those up onto Breathe. And those of you who haven't done it before, what we say is we ask you to go through those policies, because we've updated them, and go, yeah, I've read them, I've clocked that there are some changes, and we've always put the changes at the bottom so it's clear. And then you have to tick to say that you've actually done it, actually read it up. It's a great way of us being able to show that everybody's had a look, and obviously the proof then is in, are we going to be able to deliver that? But do please, when Claire's put them up, we'll give you to the end of August, but if you could set aside a little bit of time, maybe you do it in bite-sized chunks to get through them. There aren't hundreds, but they're just, these are the really important policies that we need to make sure you've seen. So do have a look at those, and have a really good week. Talk to you again soon. Hello everybody, Friday afternoon at Pool. Little extra to this week's video. Ian Stoney is going to be leaving us at the end of August from his role here as Life Centre Manager at Pool. He's got a really fabulous job working with the Health Bus, working one-to-one relationally with individuals coming out of homelessness and addiction. It's where his absolute passion lies. And so he's going to be moving on, which we will be really sad, and we will really miss you, Ian, because you've absolutely got the idea of Life Centre here starting to buzz in terms of not just helping people with food, but putting all these partners that are now coming in. We've got new partners like Access Wellbeing and Shelter Already in the building, and Live Well Dorset, and all these different partners coming alongside individuals, because we want to help them as a whole person. So that relational stuff around Men at Lunch, the spiritual connections with churches, that whole idea, you've absolutely got to a T, and we thank you for that. I've just loved working with you to feel your compassion and passion for individuals, and you want to see people making that step on into resilient living. You made a massive difference in the time that you've been with us. So thank you for that. And so everybody will be thinking of ways that we can say farewell properly to Ian as we get through August into September. And also, of course, we'll come back to you with plans of how that goes forward in terms of leadership here. Meanwhile, Dale's oversight will continue. And Ilana, of course, is doing a great job leading the team here on a day-to-day basis. And we're really grateful, Ilana, for you being here. So times change, things change, but we crack on. I'm going to take a few days next week just on retreat, but hope to talk with you very soon. And in the meantime, keep going, keep strong.